Leon, King. Let me tell you about a boy from Brazil, a kid with a ball and a dream. No riches, no guarantees, just faith, flair, and fire in his soul. This is the story of Neymar, the boy who danced through pain. Mogi das Cruzes, just a name on the map of Brazil to most people, but to Neymar, it was the beginning of everything. He grew up in a small house, sometimes with no electricity, sometimes with no food on the table, but always with a ball, always with belief. His father, a former semi-pro footballer turned car mechanic, gave up everything to guide his son. And his mother? She held the family together. Faith, warmth, and sacrifice stitched into every meal. At 6, Neymar was dazzling, local futsal courts, blurring past boys twice his size. By 11, he had scouts flying from Europe. By 13, Real Madrid invited him for trials. He impressed, but chose to return home because he wasn't finished writing history in Brazil. At just 17, he made his debut for Santos FC, the same club that gave the world Pelé. He wasn't just good, he was electric, dribbling like a street artist, scoring like a veteran, and celebrating like every goal was a message to the world. I belong here. He made defenders fall over. He turned games upside down. And soon, he was no longer just Neymar. He was the face of Brazilian football's next generation. In 2010, still a teen, he scored 42 goals and 22 assists across all competitions. In 2011, he led Santos to their first Copa Libertadores title in 48 years, becoming the youngest player since Pelé to achieve that feat. That same year, he was named South American Footballer of the Year, an award he'd win again in 2012. Over 230 appearances, he registered 136 goals and 70-plus assists for Santos. He was Brazil's heartbeat. Joy, pressure, and expectation rolled into one, and the world watched. Chelsea tried to buy him at 18. Real Madrid pushed again. Manchester City, Bayern, Juventus, all circled. But in the end, it was Barcelona who moved with purpose. After months of hidden negotiations, Neymar joined FC Barcelona in 2013. The fee, officially 57 million euros. He was only 21. He hadn't played in Europe. He didn't speak the language. And he had to play next to the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. In his first season, he helped win the Supercopa de España. In his second, he exploded. 39 goals, 10 assists. He scored in the Champions League final. He assisted in the Copa del Rey final. He delivered in the La Liga title run-in. He didn't just lift trophies, he helped win them. People thought he'd be overshadowed. Instead, he stood side by side with Messi. He placed third in 2015, the only player in the Messi-Ronaldo era to truly break their dominance. In 2017, Paris Saint-Germain triggered his 222 million euro release clause, making Neymar the most expensive footballer of all time. 28 goals and 16 assists in just 30 matches. Goals from free kicks, dribbles through crowds, assists so clever they didn't make sense until the replay. PSG looked unstoppable, and Neymar, he was back at his best. Until February, a metatarsal fracture, just like that. His season ended, and it became a pattern. Brilliant for a few months, then broken. Flash of magic. Then another scan, another layoff. Between 2018 and 2023, Neymar missed over 100 matches due to injuries. Yet when he played, he produced. In 6 seasons at PSG, 118 goals, 77 assists in 173 games. He helped PSG win 5 Ligue 1 titles, 3 Coupe de France, 2 Coupe de la Ligue, 4 Trophée des Champions. In 2020, he led PSG to their first ever Champions League final, playing a pivotal role in the knockout stages. And off the pitch, he grew, he matured. Europe remained elusive, and all the while, Brazil waited. In 2014, he was their golden boy, scoring, assisting, dancing, believing, until that brutal knee to the back. A fractured vertebrae, it nearly ended his career. And with him, sidelined, Brazil collapsed. The infamous 7-1 loss to Germany on home soil. In 2016, he returned with vengeance. And this time, he delivered. Rio Olympics final, with the weight of a nation on his back. He scored a stunning free kick, then stepped up and buried the winning penalty. Brazil won their first ever Olympic gold in football. And Neymar, he wept. Not because it was the biggest trophy, but because it meant everything to his people. In 2018, injured again. In 2022, brilliant, but knocked out on penalties by Croatia. Heartbreak after heartbreak. But through it all, Neymar never stopped believing. By 2023, he had become Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer, surpassing even Pelé, with 79 goals in 128 appearances. Across his full career, Santos, Barça, PSG, Al Hilal, over 435 club goals, nearly 250 assists, 30-plus major trophies. He never won the Ballon d'Or. He never won the World Cup. But he won hearts. Because Neymar's story isn't one of perfection. It's one of persistence, of rising again and again after every injury. Some will remember the dives, some the missed finals. But those who look deeper will see the boy who carried Brazil, who changed 2 clubs, who inspired a generation to dream with joy. And maybe that's Neymar's true legacy. He reminded us that football is supposed to be magic, that even with pressure, pain, and broken bones, you can still dance through the storm. So Leon, King, Neymar never had it easy. Not at home, not on the pitch, not with the world watching, but he never stopped believing, never stopped working hard, never stopped fighting, and never stopped believing. Because greatness isn't just about goals or trophies, it's about getting up every time you fall. It's about daring to be different. It's about turning pain into purpose. So whatever your dream is, keep going. Keep believing. And no matter how tough it gets, don't you ever stop. Now go write your story.